at 10.
Coming up, melting away. A recent warming spell in the Arctic is enhancing the conversation on climate change once again. That's just ahead on Fox 66 News. Tensions continue to rise between the U.S. and Iran as the U.S. imposes sanctions on Iran. Trey Yingst has the story.
Despite pushback from Security Council members, the United States has reimposed UN sanctions on Iran. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo released a statement this weekend saying there would be consequences for any country that violates the sanctions. This includes adhering to an arms embargo that was set to expire next month, as well as ensuring Iran is unable to receive help with its nuclear aspirations. After President Trump pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal, the Islamic Republic has increased its uranium enrichment and storage levels well beyond the confines of the agreement. Despite this, U.S. allies like France, Britain, and Germany have agreed the U.S. can't unilaterally reimpose punishment on the Islamic Republic. Also, just across the wires this evening, the Trump administration will reportedly target 24 people and entities this week with sanctions as concerns about Iran's ability to make a nuclear weapon continue. The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman weighed in today saying this.
The regime in the White House has no option just to respect the international regulations and norms and also stop terrorizing the world, stop the illegal and criminal actions, these economic terrorism, unilateral and extraterritorial sanctions against the great nation and people of Iran.
This does come amid continued tension between U.S. allies and the Iranian regime. Just today, the country of Bahrain said it thwarted a terror attack being planned by a group of people supported by Tehran. In Jerusalem, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
And the military joining the fight against the wildfires out west. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman is with fire crews battling the Bobcat fire in Los Angeles County and has the latest.
The U.S. Marine Corps getting the call in the fight against wildfires out west. Dozens of Marine reporting for duty at Camp Pendleton, training to help firefighters establish a foothold on the front lines.
I have about 80 Marines in my platoon, and every single one of them volunteered. In my platoon, over 50% of them is from California. So a lot of it hits home to them because, you know, it's where they're from, it's where they were born and raised.
They're used to working in small units, they're used to adapting and overcoming.
Their help badly needed in California. In Southern California, the Bobcat fire has burned more than 91,000 acres, doubling in size in just 2 weeks. Wind is pushing the fire further north and threatening some desert communities. Further north in the Bay Area, extremely poor air quality leading officials to issue a spare the air alert. It's the 31st such alert this year, a new record.
It's awful. We have a running group, so it's limited a lot.
It bothers me, gives me a headache, makes my eyes water, all that.
And in Oregon, some rainfall this weekend is a welcome relief for firefighters. As of now, all of the major fires in Oregon are at least 10% contained. They've burned at least 1 million acres and destroyed at least 2,000 homes. Back here in Southern California, cooler temperatures are helping firefighters gain some ground as these wildfires continue to burn in rugged and steep terrain. Reporting in Monrovia, California, Christina Coleman, Fox 66 News.
Scientists studying in the Arctic say signs of climate change are real and they're quickly happening right before our eyes. Warmer temperatures are causing massive areas of sea ice to melt all across the Arctic Circle. Now, environmentalists say ice sheets from glaciers are also continuing to break off, causing large chunks of ice to be swept out to the ocean. The devastation of both sea and inland ice is creating problems for animals, with researchers unsure of what the long-term consequences could be.
As the sea ice in this part of the world is retreating, it essentially means less habitat for feeding and reproducing for a large number of the species that live up here.
Researchers are now measuring Arctic rainfall, ice levels, and temperatures more than ever before.
Now we're keeping an eye on our temperatures tonight. Don't think they drop quite as low as they did last night. We still have the risk for some localized frost on the way.